it's Katsumi, and today I'm summoning the cards for a timeless reading. So whenever you find this, trust that your intuition will deliver the messages meant for you. Now let's hop in and see how this energy around you is changing everything. Ooh. First off, whoops, that's what we got. We got whoops. So we have this sense of some sort of spilled milk energy coming through within the home. Okay. What else do we have? And it's almost like a wrench in the works. So it's kind of giving the sense of like it's putting a wrench in things, right? So some sort of like upheaval, some sort of, I'm getting almost like, I don't know if it's some sort of fight or some sort of change in the home that is impacting things. Okay. And it has something to do with like this perfect sandwich vibe, right? This idea of like having perfection and everything in its place. So it's probably putting just a wrench in things of just like, I'm getting a sense of like very like orderly mindset in the home. Okay. Definitely changing some things. Ooh. So with the death, we definitely get a sense of like endings, a release, transformation, renewal, and rebirth happening because of these changes that are happening within the home. Ooh, so something around trust and confusion. So there's definitely going to be a little bit of trust required to make some changes within the home. It will bring through a little bit of confusion. That's definitely what I was getting with like fighting energy, right? But with that, there's definitely going to be endings, releases happening, and just like renewal and rebirth occurring to get this perfect sandwich. I kind of like that. It's almost like past, present, near future. I mean, past, present, future, near, like a final outcome, which is pretty cool. These are kind of just like the results of that. Love to see it. Okay, and difficult truth. Yeah, there's going to be a few difficult truths coming forth. Something around boundaries, I'm getting. But yeah, things will be spoken, things will be said and done to kind of just like clear out some of that clutter. Okay. Ooh, okay. So there's a sense of stubbornness and inflexibility happening as well within the home. Okay. So there's a little bit of that's kind of like a shift that we're getting in the energies within the home environment. So just gonna be a little bit of just gonna take a little bit of time to just kind of get things moving in the right pace, right? We also have the Muse, which is generosity, naivety. Okay, so we also have Three of Cups showing up here in the Sun. Three of Cups is all about expansion, growth, foresight. You're exploring, you're moving forward. You're definitely putting in the work to get things done, to clear some of the confusion that's happening within the home, which is really positive to see. You also have the Sun, which is all about this sense of joy, clarity coming through, outcome, success, life, vitality, and happiness. So, with that, you're being very generous about how you show up in the home. And because of that, you're going to be able to clear some of this confusion that's occurring, but it will require just a little bit of extra work on both parties' sides, right? Ooh, okay. And yeah, I think for the most part here with that perfect sandwich, ooh, experimentation and rebellion. Yeah, there's like a little bit of like experimenting to see what's working, what's not working in the home. Definitely got that energy with just kind of like, I'm also getting like this idea of like disarray or disorganized, and it's just like there's just a level of trying to put all the puzzle pieces together to find the perfect combination or the perfect click of the puzzle piece within that whole frame, right? Trying to almost like connect the dots. I'm getting also this card flash, so I'm just gonna pop this up. Actually, I'll just give all three of these because the universe wants me to do so. But yeah, something about the attention to detail and having pride in your home is really important right now. There's a lot of unknown, right? Because you're like, I'm getting like, I'm gonna say you all or you are all. Jarl. I don't know why I said Jarl, which is interesting. Maybe that's someone's name, Jarl or Ural. But Jarl is an interesting like phrase to say. It kind of reminded me of like Skyrim for some reason, like a Jarl of like a I don't know if that's the proper word, but that's what I was getting, like Elder Scrolls vibes or something like that. Um, But yeah, for the most part, there's like some sort of unknown journey you are taking with your loved ones, and there's going to be a celebration with all of this happening. You are all coming together in such a way that, yes, is built from some sense of confusion, but through that is pure love and understanding, and just really trying to pay attention to each other's needs. And with that attention to detail with the tailor here, let me just put that into frame. With the tailor, everyone will just be able to kind of come at things with a better perspective towards like how you all want to go about things, how you are showing up in the home with that sense of pride, and also just getting through the unknowns together, which is really positive to see. But there will be some experimentation occurring. There will be some difficult truths being said. Boundaries will be spoken about, and things like this, which will allow people to kind of just come off. I kind of like almost like a come forth with a sense of like authenticity in who it is that they are and how they show up in the home, right? Definitely got that energy. Ooh, limitless. Okay. So limitless. Very interesting. So the I was getting this idea of like the almost is it limitless like boundaries are limitless, or like the something a lot. I'll repeat it if it comes to mind again, but yeah, almost like the the outcomes are limitless. The I don't know, some sort of phrase that I'm kind of seeing in my mind, but I can't necessarily click it in. Um, but yeah, interesting. Also, some sense of uncomfortable stuff coming through. Definitely got that with the wrench in the works and like that confusion popping up with the kind of like the difficult truths, right? But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of uncomfortableness. We got designers, so maybe someone's trying to like move furniture and it's just not working out. Someone moved something in the house, they moved the door, they moved the furniture, they broke a wall down. It's just getting crazy out here. But that's kind of what I'm getting, like metaphorically speaking. Someone someone made a move, someone said something that created an uncomfortable environment in the home, which put a wrench in things, and everyone's kind of just like experimenting to find what works and trying to like figure things out. But yeah, it made things a little uncomfortable. That's what I'm definitely getting boundaries for sure. Like it disrupted someone's boundaries, right? I'm thinking maybe someone owns this home. It may be you or someone where it's just, or I'm kind of getting like a much more older figure that owns this home, or who is in possession of this home, who kind of just wants things to be a set way, right? Because they've built up this like understanding of how the home should be. And yeah, it might also be something that you personally feel where you kind of wanted to have this like sort of setup, and you are working with someone or individuals in the home to make things right. I'm also getting landlord vibes. Like maybe the landlord messed something up, or a pipe is broken or something like that. It just makes things uncomfortable to live in within the home at this time because it needs to be fixed, right? And maybe an actual physical wrench needs to be put to the to the what is it called, the plumbing, right? Some of you also like cappuccinos. Okay, so I'm getting a sense that a lot of conversations, a lot of endings to some of the like the bad conversations of the past or actions of the past will all be rectified over a cup of tea and coffee, which is interesting because yeah, we got the clean in reverse here. I don't normally do reverses, but the idea of that clean being in reverse, definitely something is being cleaned up, right? That was once like messy. I'm getting. You also have the dungeon. Okay, so things are definitely locked up, hidden, and it's over the confusion, which is interesting. Very, very interesting. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of themes around just like things being like restricted in some way. Okay. And that's kind of just where the energy is shifting right now. Kind of things are just like, it's shifting from like this locked up phase to this more like things are opening up a little bit more. Okay. And you're probably overcoming quite a bit of this already. If not, will soon to be overcoming. We get this bit of we're getting this SOS vibes here too, over the whoops, right? So definitely getting something that needs to be repaired in the home. And maybe it's just happening too late. So it's creating this almost like limitless, um, this like inflexibility of some kind around it. It's almost like a sense of isolation in the home, which is preventing things to move forward. Okay. Oh, interesting. We also have some art. Ooh, so yeah, maybe something broke in the home. Traditionally, maybe I'm getting a vase, some sort of statue, a picture of some kind. Yeah. Maybe this was gifted to someone and it was very important, and so it just ruined the atmosphere when it broke or something. I'm getting. Okay. We're also getting something along the lines of some of you are partying, maybe within the home, which might have just been like a very generous gesture that someone allowed to occur within the home. But it might have also put a wrench in things. Like, say, for instance, you have family members that came over to this party, and it was all fun and games until somebody said something. That's kind of what I'm getting. It just kind of ruined the vibes. It put a wrench in things within the home. Um, Also getting a little bit of some of you from time to time are going through actually making a perfect sandwich. Like, you're going to the supermarkets, you're going to the markets outside, buying fruits. You're also lending a hand to those in need as well. Um, but yeah, definitely looking to it. I'm definitely getting a vibe where you're you're being presented in this way where you are trying to make this perfect sandwich work, where you're trying to ensure that everyone within the home is happy and content. And that takes a lot of hard work and a lot of facilitation on your part. And you're doing that with multiple parties. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see what else we get here. Okay. We also get a movie thing. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it looks like some sort of like theatrics is happening in the background. May not necessarily be at the movie theaters. I'm getting a sense where just like there's people who are very loving in the home environment. There's people who are, just kind of watching for the thrill of it. They're sitting down eating their popcorn. um, we're also getting some sense that like we have this like UFO coming in, destroying this city, right? Kind of reminiscent of the death card, where you have that just like things are coming to an end. That release and transformation is occurring, okay? But there is also a little bit of just like with within that energy that there's just like a little bit of like unloving energy, right? So that's coming to an end. Okay. All right, we do have a little bit of raindrops happening. So something along the lines of just like overcoming the storm. Okay, you are in this very optimistic environment where you're just like, finally, the storm is ending. Like, like when the storm comes, the flowers will blossom soon after, which is very nice to see. But there's people around you that are just like in the storm still. They don't quite see the end of the tunnel just yet, but you do. That's interesting. Okay. Ooh, okay. So we do have this trip happening. It might be of some sort of family trip occurring. You're visiting family, or you're kind of just like, I'm seeing you helping much older figure in your life um as well, in terms of just like traversing through some of these unknowns, traversing through this journey, because we have this bus, this journey of this bus on top of the walker card, which is the unknown, a journey. And it's very interesting to see you have all these different forms of transportation happening around you. So all these different little transactions that are being made through like either communication, verbally, physically, mentally, spiritually, that's happening within the home, which is really cool to see. All right. And then, ooh, okay, so interesting. So we also do have a little bit of um, like almost like, yeah, it definitely gives me this closed out vibe where it's just like your thought is one thing, but the reality is another. Um, but then there's a person behind you that's like, oh, there is a laptop. It's right here, right? So you're not quite fully seeing the like there is some sense of confusion. We do have the confusion card here. There is confusion here. What is the reality may not necessarily come through in reality, but it actually is coming through in the reality for the others around you. But I'm getting a sense where it's just like you want things to be so perfect, like this perfect sandwich, that the laptop may not physically be there in your hands and someone else has it, which is the positive result of things. But it's just that it's like, is it quite the exact way you had expected it to become, or like the outcome to go forth in? Perhaps not, but at least at the end of the day, everyone is together with their laptops, which is super funny. The only person that doesn't have the laptop is you. And you're like, oh snap, did I do everything right? But in actuality, you did everything you needed to do for everyone to be happy. It might have took a lot of sacrifice on your end, but in the final outcome, it looks to be that everyone will have a laptop, everyone will be perfectly fine and have their perfect sandwich, but you may not necessarily have the perfect sandwich in the end, right? And that is the difficult truth here, for that finale there. But for the most part, everyone looks to be like they're going through the motions, and you're helping them flow through that effortlessly, which is a very selfless action. And so you're coming up to be like this very I would say almost heroic person in the lives of the people around you. So yeah, that's all the messages I have for you today, and thank you so much for joining me. And if this reading resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to be a part of this wonderful community. And until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.